Hello everyone and welcome back to the first GameCast since January. The reason I said today is because of all the amount of games that have been announced. There's actually something exciting to look forward to again. For me, it's probably Star Wars Knights of the Republic remake. For Richie, it's probably Ranchers...
Monster Rancher 2 and 1. I never played that one, but they're all getting remaked. They're classic PS1 games. I talked about them before on the podcast, and they're coming.
So for anyone who did miss that podcast by some chance,
hardly.
Let's run them over. What is Monster Rancher in a nutshell to new fans of the series?
It's a poor man's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Except you don't really control the monsters. You just kind of rear them on a farm, feed them, tell them to go train, but you just kind of leave them do their own thing, and you'd send them off to tournaments, and they kind of do their own thing as well, and then basically they die, and then you unlock new monsters. Well, in the old days by putting discs into the PlayStation, any kind of CDs you had around the house, pop into PlayStation, and a monster would come out of them. But obviously they can't do that anymore. So I think they're just doing something you download monsters off of. So
they could make this huge. This could be groundbreaking stuff.
I don't think so, because I think they're not even going to bother touching the graphics, so it's still going to be PS1 graphics and all that. So
he sent it to me on a YouTube trailer, and even the trailer just looked like it was thrown together by me. So I don't think they're kind of too fussed about it.
I think it's going to be a thing you had to be playing back in 1998 or whatever the fuck it was to appreciate its qualities.
There's one thing that I think we touched on. I don't know if it was at you or one of the others. Is the old, I suppose we call
what others? Who?
We call it dumpster diving in GameStop.
Oh yeah.
Where you go in, oh my god, a gem, right? And I thought those days were gone. I thought they were gone.
You're telling me they're not gone?
No, hang on.
Oh, he's rooting.
Probably
what is this?
The best PlayStation 4 game, probably the best PlayStation game of all time. Uncharted 4 in CEX today was €8. You can't see the shine. €8 for Uncharted 4. Great game. Absolutely great. What? No. You never played any of the Uncharted games?
Oh no, I have. I played 1 and 2 definitely, and they're
2 is very good. 2 is very good.
Good.
I don't know who I was playing with. Well, not playing. Sorry, I was playing it, and I was talking to someone about it at the same time. And they were playing through it for the first time as well. And this was the Nathan Drake collection that was released on the PS4. And I was like, "This is fantastic," and they were like, "Oh, it's a bit repetitive." And I was like, "But it's not really about the
story.
It's the story, like, and the
set pieces.
Yeah, the set pieces are fantastic. Yeah. Like Uncharted 1 is just god awful gameplay wise.
Yeah, it's fairly but sure. Yeah, the time that came out, that was a launch title for PS3. Like, so it's still at the time. I remember getting that.
You're talking what, 13 years ago or something? Yeah,
I remember when I got that when it came out, or when I got the PS3, and I was impressed. Like, it was a different, like, it was next gen. Like, you don't really get that leap these days for going from a new generation, but that definitely was a big leap for me.
This one now, it does seem a lot like they just poured PS4 into PS5 because they were like, oh shit, we don't know if people are going to be able to buy the console or not. We'll just kind of play it safe. Yeah, if you buy it on PS4, you can upgrade to PS5. I was reading today actually that the backwards compatible Days Gone for PS5, it actually runs better on PC. I say that because I'm actually after just downloading it to see what it's like, because I finished it before on the base model PS4. It was choppy as shit, so we're going to see what it's like on PC. If not, I have Uncharted 4, play through. Otherwise,
I'll keep it going.
One of the main reasons we're talking is because the huge amount of games that have been announced. I actually wrote down a few of them the last time we were supposed to record, but things happened. The last time, this shows how long ago it's been, was E3. We had Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Battlefield 2042, Far Cry 6, which still hasn't been released, Forza Horizon 5, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Outer Worlds 2, Stalker 2, Hearts of Chernobyl. Jesus, and that's only from E3, and we had more during the PlayStation Showcase. What did we have during? Do you hear of any of them?
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok.
Class.
We'll go through. We'll just name them off, and then we'll kind of go through them. God of War Ragnarok. We had the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake. Yeah. We had Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, and a Wolverine one.
And the Wolverine, yeah. And I think we got more info on Guardians of the Galaxy as well. So if you're a Marvel fan, fuck me, they seem to really be kind of making their own gaming universe now.
They show any more on Horizon, the new Frozen...
Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon...
Frozen something or other,
isn't that like Wild West or something like that? I'm not into Horizon Zero Dawn at all.
Okay.
No. Are you?
I got it for PC and I got into it and then something got in the way of it and now I'm kind of, if I go back to it now it'll be, but it was good while it was playing it.
I thought there was too much busy work at the
During
start.
when we had our E3 discussion that they never saw the light of day.
The unseen footage.
Yeah, it's a Snyder cut someday.
Snyder cut, yeah.
I was in the middle of playing it there now, but something got in the way now, so I might get back to that. But that'll be a big one for them.
Did you finish God of War?
Oh yeah, that's like one of the only games in recent memory that I did finish, and it's unfucking real.
Yeah.
I thought that's the best game I've played in recent memory, I'd say.
I read today God of War 3 bet Red Dead Redemption to Game of the Year, and then it was the other way around when Red Dead 2 got released.
I put God of War 3 or God of War
remake, a soft reboot
above Red Dead 2.
Would you?
They're like Red Dead 2 is good, but the gameplay can kind of get a bit boring. It stretches on at times, and I was kind of I just want to get through the gameplay to get to the next part of the story kind of type thing. Whereas God of War, I was just like gameplay, story, everything was just.
The gameplay in God of War, I will say, it was so tense in a nice way, because like it was a challenge, but nothing was out of your reach.
You
and
felt like if you did the right things, you could beat.
Yeah, if you weren't lazy and weren't sloppy, and you actually did the busy work.
Yeah.
And got the upgraded armor and all that, and learned the mechanics of using the different stones on. I didn't. I tried to get through as quick as possible, and I fucked up, and I had to go back a bit. The Valkyrie, they weren't for me. I'm not able for that kind of gameplay.
I was liking it. I think I was only playing on normal difficulty or anything like that. I'm not mad for punishing myself, but like getting through them. I think I got maybe 2 or 3, but they were like you're dying like fucking 20 times. Should I figure out what they're doing? Like, but yeah, I was enjoying it.
Mini Dark Souls bosses.
Is that what Dark Souls would be like? I've avoided
Dark Souls is pretty much the Valkyrie fights the whole time. Like, if you haven't seen it, check out our Dark Souls, How to Dark Souls videos that we re-put up recently. Darren wasn't a fan the first time I uploaded it because it was 30 minutes long, and he was just like, "What the hell are you doing?" So we shortened. Yeah, so we shortened it down to a few minutes and threw in a few comedic gags in there as well. So check those out. So we've God of War Ragnarok, which is, they're obviously going to make a trilogy. So the first one you fight Baldur, this one you're going to fight Thor, and then the third one you're obviously going to fight Loki.
I heard that this is going to be the last one. Now this is kind of internet talk.
It probably
is
internet
this going to be the
yeah.
last one that's in the Norse mythology? Now I don't know if they actually, like, I remember the people saying that said they were quoting the games, the like producer or whatever, like the director, saying that this one's going to be, so that means like they're going to have to wrap up Thor and Odin
in one game. That seems a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like even if you told people like, oh, the campaign's super long, it'd be too much.
You want to kind of focus on one guy,
So that makes sense. Like Baldur is the first light boss.
Yeah.
Then you deal with Thor, who's kind of the heavy.
Did you see Thor's model for this one?
Yeah, everyone was.
He's a thick boy.
It surprised me, but I was like, yeah, it looks.
I'm fine with that. You don't need a big buff like.
You don't need Chris
Marvel.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, you don't need that. In the story of God of War as well, they're like Joe and the little talking head dude is telling you bits when you're having in the boat. Yeah. He's always saying like Thor was just on the piss, and like he seems like kind of a slob type guy. Like, drinking the whole time.
Just basically Thor from Thor 1 when he's an arrogant prick at the start.
Yeah.
Like, and he's not going to keep his six pack if he's gonna look more like me. Where is the place they're going to in this one?
I think they said like they're going to go to all the different realms. How many is there? 9. But
9
all
realms.
of them will be visited.
So we're revisiting old ones, but the winter one where the frost giants are.
Oh yeah.
What's that one called? Jotunheim.
Oh yeah.
Did we visit Jotunheim in the first one?
No, I don't think so.
I can't even remember. I literally finished it once and I just went, that was great, but I can never enjoy that again.
I kind of started it up there last week. Kind of see.
Can't do it.
I might want to get a replay through it.
Once you get a handle of the game, you're kind of like, okay, fine. But at the start, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? How do I do this? What am I doing? Because like, let's say you throw your axe.
Yeah.
Like even if you time that wrong, you could be wide open and you get a sword up your ass, like, and that scared me. And I don't like swords up my ass.
The axe thing is.
So good.
It's one of the best weapons like I've ever seen.
They made the Marvel Avengers game, and you had Mjolnir with Thor, and you threw it.
Yeah.
The mechanics in God of War are actually better than what they used for Thor and Marvel. But see, the problem was that they had so many characters to design. Couldn't devote perfect amount of time.
Is that still going, by the way? Actually,
it's still going. They released the War for Wakanda DLC recently, which introduced some more Easter eggs on what they're going to go in the future. But I'd say what's going to happen is they're just going to scrap that game and keep going with Spider-Man, Wolverine.
Yeah, because it seems like that's you need a continuous high player base of people buying into shit.
I think someone said the player base went below 10% again.
On PC, it's like non-existent.
Yeah.
I'd say there's no point for them even continuing the PC stuff.
The problem with those kind of games is that there was now, for instance, there was a few missions where you had specific Iron Man zones where you had to do Iron Man related kind of actions, and Captain America had kind of like hand-to-hand combat and he had to run and do acrobatics and stuff like that, and Thor had his own area. But the majority of the missions are just, there's a sandbox, there's 4 characters, and you pick one and you just run to the end and fight your way through. Remember like Marvel Ultimate Alliance gameplay?
No, I never played.
Where you like make your team, but because you could pick any characters, they had to make a generic zone. Yeah. So everything just felt like it was just recycled. It
feels like just such a wasted opportunity without the license of so many different heroes. Like you could really make something like good, but they just kind of phoned it in and made a generic fucking beat 'em up shite.
The few missions where you actually get to play as like a specific Captain America mission is good, and you know it's like a him mission because it comes up on the screen like just him being sent. And you're like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then you have to go through like 10 missions of shit. Like the very last mission, I think there's only like 5 minutes of that mission where you actually do stuff that's unique and cool. Otherwise you're just button mashing. Star Wars. I want to come back to Star Wars because I got something really cool the other day, but we're going to talk about the game first. So Knights of the Old Republic. My history of Knights of the Old Republic is I went to GameStop in Dublin on, is it Henry Street? Or no, not Henry Street, sorry. It's near the Jarvis Centre anyway. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
Down from the Spire. What's that fucking road street called?
Grafton Street.
Grafton Street, maybe. No, that's the other side of the river.
Connolly.
Listen.
We're muckers, no.
Who gives a fuck? It's Dublin anyway. Y'all hate us. So I went in there, and I seen all the PC games, and I had a old desktop Windows 2000, like, and I was like, I didn't understand what it meant, and I saw Star Wars: The Old Republic for €10. I was like, oh my god, a Star Wars game I've never heard of. Picked it up, so I went to put it into like a Windows XP computer. It just spat it back out, and I haven't that. Eventually I got it working on my dad's laptop. He had like a Windows 7. Sure, I wouldn't do it at all. It was only like 1 gigabyte of RAM.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. And then about 4 years later I finally got it to work. But like as soon as I got in, everyone was like level 200, whatever. So it's fucked.
Oh, this is the
that was the
game.
open world role-play game, yeah. No, the Old Republic, not the Knights.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise Knights of the Old Republic was a
this
thing.
is the MMO thing.
Yeah. So then, after that, I started to look up to see what was going on, like what is this universe. Then I heard about Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I just thought there's no way I'm ever going to get those to work. But I did hear about them, I think, how long ago would it be now? Almost 20 years ago, or literally as it came out. One of the guys in my class got it for Xbox, and he said, oh, I got one of them new Star Wars games, and because it was on Xbox I just didn't listen to what he had to say, because like you don't want to be tempted with the forbidden fruit. And then like, literally like 15 years later I went, oh my god, that's the game he was on about. He was on about fucking Revan the whole time. He was like, you got a heap offers to go from the good side to the bad side. You need to make up your fucking mind. And I was like, how often do you get a decision? He goes, for every 5 minutes someone's tempting you to the other side. Like, and I was like, I just imagine like politicians knocking on your door.
Can I speak to you about the dark side? I got it when it came out on the Xbox as well, and I don't know how it was at the time, but I just didn't understand the turn-based. You know, it's probably my first exposure to something like that. Where
I call it like the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but it's not even final because it's still real time. Where like,
oh yeah, they're doing like,
yeah, and like you can't just pause it and to think what you want to do. Like they'll still be attacking you, but you just pick what you want to do. It was kind of weird, but anyway. So I didn't kind of really get into it, and then it was only I bought it for like my MacBook back in, and that would be like 2012 or whatever like that.
That's really utilising the power of the fucking Mac.
Yeah, it was on the App Store. I was like, jeez, I'm gonna give that a shot, and I got into it. I was like, unbelievable.
Yeah,
unreal. They didn't really show what it's going to look like.
No,
it was kind of.
That's what I wanted to say as well. What kind of fucking gameplay are we getting? What do you want? Do you want the turn-based again?
Yeah, just complete like that, but just spruce up the graphics, and even better than like say you know the the Mass Effect remaster. Did you see that? Like, it's not a big jump. It's just kind of like they've got like bigger res textures and better lighting maybe and stuff like that. But it's not really like a big leap where I want them to like bring it from where it was back in whenever that was, like early 2000s something, and like slap on some new models, new graphics, new lighting, new textures, make it look like a modern game, and then with the same gameplay though, I'm happy out there.
Here's where we completely differ.
Okay.
Right? I wanted, like, for instance, like I just said, Final Fantasy. I want the option.
Oh, if it's an option.
Like in Final Fantasy VII, the remake, you have the option of playing classical, strategic, kind of turn-based, or you can do open combat. Imagine playing as Revan, tearing apart a room, and like your lightsaber breaking through. Like, they've never really mastered your lightsaber cutting through walls and stuff while you're fighting and stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't be expecting that now. This.
Neither would I. Star Wars Jedi. What's it called?
Academy thing, is it?
No. Sorry, the EA one.
Oh yeah, Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Orders.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty good combat wise. I know, like, once got the hang of it, he literally was doing the same moves over and over again. But imagine like a close behind the shoulder, holding Revan's lightsaber, and he just ripping people apart.
Like God of War view.
Exactly like God of War. Imagine God of War, but Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, that would work.
That would be fucking class. Even if they could use the same physics and all.
Yeah. In the Final Fantasy remake, you know, like you're leveling up in the old version. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't played with the remake, with the new combat. Like, do you still level up and you put points into your different skills? Yeah. So that works.
It still works the same thing. Yeah. You can go to vendors. You can pick them up off people. People can gift you them, like armor and stuff to put on. Like, you physically don't wear the armor, but it's like, oh, bracelet of iron. It gives you plus 20 defense. And then, like, imagine that, like, oh, you get to wear the robes of an old Jedi master, and you get better force abilities, a Mandalorian helmet, and you get better accuracy. Be cool. I'm getting fucking buzzed now thinking about it.
You're building yourself up for, like, we don't even know what this is going to be. This could be just a lazy like
Tetris.
Texture, lazy fucking just texture, slap new textures on it and send it out. Like, I would have liked to see some actual what it's going to look like gameplay. Like,
they probably haven't a clue. Who's is it Respawn?
No, it's like a porting studio as well. Like, it's not like actual. This is like their first. Oh no, yeah, they've just done ports from like different platforms before. So
no, they're not going to be releasing. They're not going to be jumping too fucking
far.
No,
yeah, they're not going to be going mad on it now.
Ooh, actually, that was what. Remember, I said I was excited about Star Wars. I want to show you this.
Yeah.
I know a guy that does 3D printing, and recently I had him make an Obi-Wan 3D printed lightsaber to scale.
Jesus Christ. Can they actually, 3D printers are actually that good? Fucking hell. That is impressive now.
It's very good. No.
That's fucking unreal.
No, hold up a second. Star Wars,
that looks like you get it out of the, buy it somewhere in the shop or something.
I did buy this off him. And the cool thing is,
holy fuck,
it's all just like that. It's really cool.
Unreal.
My little prop collection is building here. Spider-Man 2. Did you play Spider-Man 1?
No, I haven't. My son has. I kind of watched him play and I did kind of mess around with it a bit, but not much.
Good fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played Miles Morales. That's the kind of sub game that was between it, because it's a PS5 exclusive that you can download off the store of PS4. Now, I went to download it and I accidentally paid €20 on fucking DLC. So I have about 20 suits on the PlayStation, but I don't have the game.
That's gas.
Yeah.
Can you refund it now?
No.
Do you know?
The Miles Morales suit has always been my favourite Spider-Man suit. And I was really looking forward to playing that game. That didn't fucking work. Have you seen the trailer?
For the Spider-Man one?
Yeah.
No.
There's they both land and they're looking at this alleyway, and a voice starts speaking, and I was just like, yeah, I know it is. And then it kept speaking, yeah, no it is, no it is, no it is. And then Venom leaked forward, and I was like,
oh.
Now I knew he was going to be in the game because they allude to him in the first one.
Okay. But
the voice, I was just like, that is Kraven the Hunter.
Who's Kraven the Hunter?
Just Jason Momoa.
Is he from the comics or something?
Yeah.
Alright.
He's a huntsman who cherishes the hunt, and like Spider-Man is his ultimate prey and all this kind of shit.
Spider-Man's probably not into that, is he?
Like Bear Grylls, pretty much. And
is he just normal human, or does he have is he super hunter powers or something?
Super hunter power. It's like throughout the comics that'll change that. Yeah. Generally he has like super speed, super strength and all, but like the strength of a gorilla. Stupid really, but he looks class. So yeah, I was really confused not to see him. He probably will pop up in the game, but anyway. Venom is going to be in it, but not Eddie Brock. If you play the first one, it's Harry Osborn.
Is he the green or the orange goblin?
The orange goblin is the hobgoblin.
Well, was he the green goblin then?
Green goblin is Norman Osborn.
Yeah, so he's the father. Did he
his
not
son.
become a goblin?
He does in the movie, the Sammy Raimi movies.
Yeah. But he doesn't normally, no.
He does normally as well, but mainly Norman is regarded as the Green Goblin. Yeah, Eddie Brock is usually Venom. In the first one, Harry has been gone on a trip to Europe, and you have to do side quests that he's left you while he's gone to keep New York safe. Then in the end, it turns out Norman keeps him in a lab because he has a disease that is killing him. And he uses an alien substance to try to bring him back to life.
Symbiotic.
Sure, it's a fucking symbiote.
Have they ever learned the fucking agents?
No.
A lot of these PlayStation games coming out, they're like hybrid PS4, PS/PS5. Like they haven't
made up their mind.
Yeah, they haven't like committed to PS5. Like so, they're like not even utilizing the whole. Because obviously, if you're developing with PS4 and PS5 in mind, you kind of have to limit yourself to what the PS4 can do. Like so,
like a PS4 base model. is a big difference
that's
from a PS5.
That's a 2013 kind of piece of
10 years,
tech.
like 10 years. Imagine like the difference between PlayStation 1 and 10 years would be the PS3. Like imagine trying to run a fucking PS3 game on a PlayStation 1. Like you can only respect the changes they did at the PS3 where they said no, we're going with something new. We can't do backwards compatibility.
I've no problem with like a PS5 being able to run PS4 games, but the way they're developing like with the PS4 in mind, and then just kind of upscaling it to PS5.
Yeah, it's hand behind your back kind of crap.
It should be if you're on PS5.
If you're paying for a PS5, you should be getting
PS5
next gen games.
Yeah. Have they done? Has there been any game that's been specifically developed for the PS5?
There's been like Returnal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's been Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank looks gorgeous, but a Ratchet and Clank game always looks great.
Yeah.
Even like if you go back and play the PlayStation 2 games, they still look great.
Yeah.
You have Demon Souls remake, but sure.
That was kind of a remake anyway.
That was a remake, so like they didn't.
That did actually all look good from the.
It did. I still wouldn't play it though, because Dark Souls. What other games did they have? They had some Sackboy thing that I still haven't seen.
So yeah, what I'm hearing here is there's no like big wow. That's
Returnal was apparently very good.
A
but
system
very short.
but one that you have to go out and buy a PS5 for. Like
I'm gonna look up PS5.
Like
games.
say if they had said that God of War or Ragnarok is a PS5 game, like you need a
then
PS5
you'd be like,
play.
woo!
Then you like, actually is PS5 still hard to get like an Xbox? Are they?
Yeah. Well, you can buy them now, but they're still. A lot of the games here straight away are games that were released on the PS4, like Resident Evil Village, PS4, Witcher Wild Hunt, PS3, Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Oh, did you see the backlash on that?
No, but yeah, what did they? Oh yeah, there's
No,
only a new version.
sorry, no, it's Grand Theft Auto 5 I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, that's getting back to.
They released the trailer, PS5 version, and people just fucking weren't having it.
As you get, like, yeah, because they've been just milking this Grand Theft Auto 5 since 2013.
It's probably the online. They probably have just so much embedded in that online.
Yeah, I think they're making crazy, stupid money.
Yeah.
Like,
why don't they just separate that and make it Grand Theft Auto online? And then I think they did already. So
is it like you can get it separate games?
Yeah,
Grand Theft
yeah,
Auto,
like
GTA
Red Dead.
Online.
You can get Red Dead on separate now as well.
That really didn't take off from, I'd say, is the way they wanted it. That online thing.
No, it was cool at the start. Well, Grand Theft Auto Online didn't work at the start either.
Did it not?
No.
I've never tried two of them online for some reason.
Grand Theft Auto Online is fun.
Yeah.
At the start, it was literally just you had like the city and a few shops.
Yeah.
Now they have like so many different missions, so many different things you can do with people, races. At the start, they had a few of these things, but it was just kind of like, right, you did one, you did more.
Yeah.
And then you have the heists, so you have online heists where you pick your team and you go in, you break in the bank, and everyone has to do their part. So, if you're into that kind of shit, I'm not really into online games. I think.
Yeah, I was just saying to someone else, like, I haven't played many online. Rocket League is probably the only thing I play online, and I haven't played that in months. Like, so
you have to be getting a story or something out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand grinding for no reason. Like, FIFA Ultimate Team is the perfect example.
Yeah.
I have no fucking interest in it. Well, I used to, because I had nothing else to do. Come back from school and play Ultimate Team, grand. Now, after you come back from work, after you come back after a long day, you don't want to get your ass kicked by some 12-year-old
that's it
in England, and if you win, you get nothing out of it really. You get 300 points and you get another player who, in the next version of FIFA, is gone. You don't get that. You don't get it again. You're literally just like patting yourself on the back, and it means nothing. I think Darren even summed it up before. He's like, I asked him if he wanted to play PUBG, and he just said, "There's nothing in the world less satisfying than those kind of games." And I was like, yeah. Speaking of PS5, that fucker has a PS5.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah, he paid ridiculous money for it. I won't tell you how much, but
Santi managed to get one for the young lad last Christmas. So got very lucky there. We paid shop retail price, grand. But I wouldn't be so fortunate for myself, I'd say. It's fine. Like, there's nothing there that would say, oh, I need to play that. Like
God of War Ragnarok, maybe, but if that gets released on PC coincidentally.
Oh, yeah, and they are doing that with the PS4.
What they're doing is they're leaving a couple of months. For instance, like Days Gone, I just got it. Grand. I'm gonna play that. Death Stranding got released. I actually have a list here. Jesus, amazing that you brought that up, and that wasn't even planned. PS4 games that have been ported to PC so far. Detroit Become Human, Horizon Zero Dawn, Death Stranding, Days Gone, Beyond Two Souls, and there's already been more added.
There was also a leak, Nvidia, do you know that Nvidia cloud thing they have? What's it called? Like GeForce Now or something like that, is it? It's like, you know, do you ever hear of Stadia, Google Stadia?
Yeah.
It's like Nvidia's version of that, or maybe it's a device, but anyway, someone got into their database or whatever, and there was a list of games that they're like testing to bring onto it, and there was loads of PlayStation exclusives. I can't remember the list. Like, you probably get up there now, but like basically any kind of big exclusive you have it, they're working on getting on. So that means they're coming to PC eventually. I have the list, yeah.
Yes.
God of War, Halo 5, Grand Theft Auto Trilogy remaster, Half-Life 2 remastered, Injustice 3, Final Fantasy.
Injustice 3?
Yeah. Whatever that is.
That's not even released yet. Injustice 2 is out.
Resident Evil 4 remake, BioShock remaster. And yeah, they're basically, Nvidia confirmed that list is real, but they're all speculative.
Resident Evil 4 hasn't even been announced yet, the remake.
Yeah,
well, it's been speculated, but it hasn't been announced.
Yeah, that's what they're been working on behind the scenes already, so
that's a strange one for it to be remade. Resident Evil 4, because that was the one that they changed from the bird's eye view
to the
over the shoulder, and fans were like kind of blah blah blah. But that game's that was the Grand Theft Auto and Skyrim of its time. It ran on everything.
Yeah.
There was a GameCube, PS2, Xbox, every kind of version there was of that game, and that wasn't that long ago. It doesn't seem like it was.
Yeah, but I'd say sure that's the next one for them to do though, isn't it? Like
there's one called Code Veronica.
Is that like a spin-off or something?
It's not a spin-off, no? But it was. If I could be extremely wrong here, that was supposed to be 3, but they didn't have enough time to finish the game properly. Resident Evil 3 was kind of there, so they threw 3 out while they were. I think they were working on coincidentally. Fun fact: Nemesis is actually originally called the Pursuer. So then you have 4, and 4 is like 4 and 5.
Are they connected? Is 4 connected to 3? It seems like it's a new kind of new story altogether, is it?
In 3 is set in 1998, I think, when the Raccoon City outburst happens.
Great year.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what happened in 1998. Put up or something.
World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah, we did.
France.
Yeah. Who won that one?
Brazil.
Okay. Yeah. In 3, that's when Jill escapes Raccoon City and swears that she will put an end to terrorists. In 4, Leon is now an agent working for the government who's been sent.
He's off in like Spain or somewhere. Is that where it's set?
It's sent in. They can't say Spain, so they say in like a Spanish like village. And
not in Spain though.
Not in Spain. There's actually these like Spanish people who played the game.
Yeah. And
the people that are shouting this like at you in like Spanish, they're actually like speaking the most random fucking dialects ever. And like there'll be like one part of like Spain yeah. And then it'd be like a Cork and a Kilkenny man beside each other in the same video.
Dubs and Nordic.
Yeah. How's it going? They said like what they're actually telling you to do is usually like when they're shouting abuse at you, they're like turn around. But they're shouting it really aggressively in Spanish. If you don't look at the villagers, they won't throw shit at you.
Oh, I didn't
they
know
can
that,
still attack you if they get close enough, but they won't throw. But as soon as you turn around, there's going to be about 5 axes coming at you and attack these
basically
people.
a lesson for life. Just ignore your problems and they can't hurt you.
Resident Evil 4, it doesn't seem like a game that needs a remake now. Like, what can they change?
The graphics.
But like you're literally just changing the graphics.
Oh yeah, so yeah, what Resident Evil 2 is like they did the
it was ground up. Like Resident Evil 4 doesn't sound like it's going to be ground up, and if it is, they're literally just doing it for the sake of it. That's why Code Veronica would suit better, or the unwanted filth that is Resident Evil 0, which is set before Resident Evil 1, obviously.
Oh, right.
And in Resident Evil 1, what happens is Chris Redfield and the STARS team are sent to look for, I think it's Bravo team or Alpha team, I'm not too sure. I think it's Bravo team because they're the shitter ones, in the forest. And Zero explains what happens to the guys when they're in the forest, Who knows? Anyway, so we've talked about a lot of new games. We've talked about the crappy new... I do this a lot, don't I? I think I'm going to ask you some questions. Would you like that? Would you like that, boys and girls?
No.
Here we go!
Question number 1, Richard.
Yes.
What do the symbols on the PlayStation controllers represent? So what does X, circle, square, and triangle mean? What
Haven't
does...
a clue.
Give me...
Did they mean something? Like,
They did mean something, yeah.
triangle means play, circle means stop, X means cancel, square means...
You were right on
Halt.
circle, actually. All right. So, what I have here is the blue X or
Yeah.
blue cross and the red circle represent yes and no. Pretty obvious. The green triangle represents a point of view. So, if you remember in games, triangle used to be change your perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. And the pink square symbol is a symbol for a piece of paper, like a menu. So, in Japanese games, you used to bring up your menu.
Yeah, that's very abstract for me nowadays.
Yeah, I must say, in when I was writing these, I wrote these months ago. I actually thought I'm going to write questions that are going to piss them off. So, question 2: who was the main antagonist of Far Cry 3?
I know now. I'm gonna say your man. That's it's not your
Far
man
Cry
Voss. It's the other lad that comes in halfway through it, and I don't know his name.
I'll give-
Age?
No, that's Far Cry 4. Hoyt Volker is
Yeah.
the antagonist of Far Cry 3, not Vaz Montenegro. You're looking at me funny, Jason. Last question.
Good character. Yes.
Yeah, very good. And he added in after the game was done, pretty much.
Fuck. And they managed to not fuck it up the way Cyberpunk did when they added in Keanu Reeves. Apparently, that's like
Yeah,
they had
Keanu
to
Reeves was
start
added in
from
like
scratch.
months after. What year was
Yes.
the first Grand Theft Auto released?
Ooh, I would say like 95 is coming to me. 96. 97. 97. I would say.
97. He got on the first go.
First goal.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get anything for that?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme and guilty pleasure to award the GameCast Championship to our winner of the trivia question today, our only competitor. This is like American Ninja Warriors.
By default.
Yes.
That's the best kind of win.
You have battled well, sir, and you are now the champion for this video.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Truly a proud day.
Yeah.
Moment.
I want to be.
Wow. There you
Do you want to thank?
go.
So that was it, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If
Hopefully
you're
that recorded.
Hopefully that recorded.
Or else you'll never see me again.
Yeah, this will be on Spotify. It'll be on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook. Thank you very much.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, all that
Comment.
jazz. Give us some kind of validation for wasting our time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We will see you again.